Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. A couple of weeks ago, I uploaded on my LinkedIn one of the shots done by one of my students, and the response was really good. A lot of comments, a lot of likes, but quite a few people they asked me if I could show them the process that get to the final stage, like the blocking plus. They follow my channel, they know my methodology, and they were interested in that. So I thought about doing this video mostly for my YouTube channel and talk to you about all the different aspects from the blocking plus, what we did, what we focused, and what we changed from the first idea to the very final one. All right. So let me start with the blocking over here. I will play here for you guys in loop. And as you normally know, if you follow my channel, we mostly focus on the main key poses, right, and main beats, right. You probably also notice that the final pose over here, it's also changing, right, from what we are having at the end. So normally when we focus on the blocking with the students, we still want to make sure that the main key poses are there, really well refined and really solid. As you can see, we work already on the line of action. We we really focus already on the peel and a bit of drag on the arm and the finger. As you can see, we're thinking about this kind of arc here, having the contrast going from this pose to this one while the body is moving up, anticipation, and boom, having a strike. Again, try to have a really nice strong pose here, nice silhouette line of action. Try to be really careful about the placement of the foot, right? And then usually we tend to have a major breakdown here, and before we get and we strike to the final pose, right? Again, we really try to have a really nice silhouette. Sometimes you see, depending from case to case, even in the blocking, we want to have a small easy in, easy out over here, even though we're gonna do a refined pass for the when we do the blocking plus, right? And again, over here, we are trying to keep dragging the as you can see, the leg, nice line of action. We try to work on the peeling on the hand, and here, boom, we tend to go really quickly into this final pose here on the ground, right? In general, we try to hit the ground a little bit early and drag back a little bit the hip and everything, the torso, and then we hit this posing and having a bit of a shake. So here is we are trying to convey the idea that once you hit the ground so quickly, your body can vibrate or shake a little bit, right? Then from here again, quick breakdown. As you can see, we're already thinking about even maybe not super precise, because these things it's gonna be refined during the blocking plus, but we're gonna try to think about the dragging of this arm comparing from this position, right? And as you can see here as well, you see how we do the finger and everything. We'll try to think about it when you move the hands from here to here, the finger will kind of drag behind, and we spend a lot of time as well to make really nice and appealing pose here on the finger. Again, dragging them, making nice arc, and make sure those elements are already into the pose, right? So because those are really important, they're gonna set the foundation for the blocking plus, right? And again, from here, we are trying really to push the spine over here. We gonna want to have this nice line of action here, so then we can have a nicer contrast during this moment. And you're gonna see later on that how we're gonna push this even more with the timing and so on, right? And again, here we do this very big arc to this final pose that at the beginning seems it was kind of okay-ish, but then once we move forward, we realize that we want something a little bit different. So more or less, this is what the first step for the main blocking, all right? And as I mentioned, guys, it's very crucial here, especially the timing. Yes, we try to do as good as possible, but timing tend to change a little bit more when you do the easy in, easy out with the blocking plus. But at least the blocking, the main poses, line of action, silhouette, those things you should really put as much effort as you can to make them look as good as possible. All right, guys? And let's move to the second one right now. I'm going to show you the blocking plus, all right? So as you can see here, we did a lot of refining in terms of easy in, easy out. Even though when we went to spline, you'll see there is quite a few moments where we push the timing even more. Because here sometimes in blocking plus, of course, we do our best to adjust the spacing and the timing, but when you move to spline, things tend to look still a bit floaty, and we need to work on those stuff anymore, right? And so we can go and analyze this part little by little. And so here, when we do the blocking plus, we already start to work on the arc. For example, the arc of the neck here, the arc of the hands, and you're gonna notice that the two timings from the upper chest and the hands is not exactly the same. Okay, they're kind of different. All right, and we try to go into this pose, into this anticipation a little bit sooner, and then boom, very quickly, very snappy. We wanna get into this pose, hold it for a few frames, and then here again, boom. See, even this moment, this acceleration here is a bit slow, and then bam, very quickly we go into here and to kind of hold this pose for just a little bit. Okay, we didn't want to hold those poses for too long, right? And then here, when we do this moment, now that we are having more details, we started to anticipate the movement with the head. So the head started to lean a little bit forward compared to the rest of the body, right? And as you can see also, now we are start to clean up the arc of this arm over here, right? You see this kind of big swing over here. We are having the leg swinging forward straight like this. We can start to have all those kind of details to make sure we don't just go linearly from a position like this to this kind of position, right? We kind of wanted to have the leg straight until here, and then boom, kind of pop it here, holding for like a few frames, and then boom, right? And so if you notice this moment, actually the weight here was okay-ish, but I felt like I knew we had to further improve this one, because again, it kind of felt like still things are moving all together. But again, for the sake of this moment, I think it was all right. And as you notice here, everything kind of moved together when it's settled, right? Something that we realized when we do the spline, we were not kind of happy about it, right? And again, same things here. Okay, we have in the head leaning a little bit forward, and you see how we started to clean up the arc and the silhouette about this moment. See how here, look at the the arms. We are doing this very beautiful arc and this very beautiful acceleration, easy in, easy out, even though later on we push it. All right. For example, you notice here that the character stop, and then the body started to move forward. The body started to stand up when these hands here actually still started to continue to come down, right? So we are breaking down part of the body. So see, you can see you have this hand coming down, while the body and this arm over here, now they are shifting forward, right? And now we go to this big anticipation here, boom, we are pushing here really quickly, this moment really quickly, holding it, big anticipation, and the final strike. All right, as you can see, we were trying here to adjust again one more time the poses, but I think actually the last pose is something we work quite a lot together with my students, because we were never kind of really happy about it, right? And so as you can see, guys, there was a lot of work done over here, a lot of easy in, easy out, a lot of work on the arc, and make sure that different parts of the body, they were not moving all together, but there was some kind of a offset and overshoot, right? But even though we reached this kind of good point over here, when we went to the final animation, and now I will show you the final polish, there is still quite some change, all right? Because basically what we did, we pushed even more the timing, we had a bit of weight, we move a little bit the camera, all right? And I want to show you all those kind of things that really give sense of weight, and not just weight. We really wanted to work a lot between the contrast of the elegance of some of the movement, like this one, for example, is really slow, very nice and beautiful arc, and then boom, really quickly having this very sharp and fast movement, all right? I wanted to show you this part over here. And let me just focus on this section over here. We can play. And so as you can see, like at the beginning, it's very slow, and then boom, really fast. And also the second movement is really sharp. And another thing that we did here compared to the blocking plus, we hold this moment for another 6 frames, and this gives time to the animator to add a little bit of shake to the fist, to the hip, and to the head, just to give the level of tension and intensity. Right? I don't know if you can see, guys, there is a bit of a shake that even actually reflect on the knee and everything like that, right? So, and this part was really important because, again, immediately from your animation, you have this contrast from the beauty in the organic movement here to the boom, this very sharp and quick movement here, and then this second very sharp and strong movement over here, right? So now if we look at the second part, All right, let me go this section over here. Yeah, let's take a look at this other section over here, right? We cannot did another few changes that we did over here. Boom. So one of the things we really wanted to exaggerate was to, after this anticipation, we hold this moment for another 3 to 4 frames because we felt like that the impact over here was not very strong. So in order to change that, we hold this moment for a little bit faster, longer, sorry guys. We accelerate the movement here. And another things that we did, as you can see here, we exaggerate a little bit more the difference between the up and down of the hip and the leg. In fact, as you can see here, the leg kind of snappy here, and then the rest of the body is catching up, right? And towards the end, again, to emphasize this one even more, you left the hip shaking. As you can see, the shoulder and the chest is shaking here, right? Quite strong. You know, the arms are shaking, but for example, the shake of the arm is not as intense. Some of the shake of the shoulder. This is actually a details was done by the student, you know, by himself. I didn't tell him anything. He did by himself. He understand the previous feedback and apply here as well. And it was a beautiful piece of work here because you could really see the intensity and again the contrast, right? Very, very nicely and well done. And very little details, like for example, the knee here is shaking a little bit as well because, you know, when you have this kind of sharp and strong movement, your knee doesn't stay locked, right? So those kind of details, it's what really makes the difference, I always says, from an average shot and a really, really good one. Okay, let's take a look at this other part over here, right? So this is another things we modify a lot because when we did the blocking plus and everything, we felt like that once we splined this one, the overall timing was very even, right? So, and I think like what we did, we pushed quite 30%. You know, the mechanics and the pose, the arc, everything was the same. We just adjust the timing. And what we did basically was we speed up the movement over here. This section was like 50-60% faster, right? And then we kind of hold it here. Okay, we hold it here for a moment. Then we speed up here again. Boom, really fast. Hold, okay. Slow in, easy out, fast, and then slow down here, right? So those are the 3 sections where we really wanted to push it, but the balance here was like not to make it too fast because again, we don't want to give the feeling of a very strong action or very powerful. We still wanted to make it really elegant and very nice, so that was the goal. But again, we want to make sure that we break the timing a little bit and didn't feel like too even and too boring to watch, right? And then obviously we had a bit of overshoot on the head, stuff like that, like over this movement, like the head is overshooting a little bit. We really clean all the arc, if you can see the finger. We really clean all those details, really beautifully done, if you notice here. Very nice transaction. See here the finger, how they get stretched when the hand is going down. Very, very well done. We had a lot of fun, and he had a lot of fun, the students working all those things together. You know, really, really nice stuff. And same here at the end, right? Another things that we did, it was holding this moment, this kind of anticipation a little bit longer, push the timing here, hold it for a few frames, these poses, okay? Needed a few extra frames to make it really visible. And here this transition just needed to be nice and clean. And then again, for the last pose here, as you can see, we changed the pose a little bit. And again, what really helped it here was this final shake at the very end before it settled. Boom. See, there is a little of a shake on the up and down. And basically it was all the feedback of the knowledge that it was given to him at the beginning of the shot when we polished it. He carry on and the student find out where to implement those things in other spot. As you can see here, for example, at the very end, there is a nice shake on the chest and the same on the leg and on the hands, right? And overall, guys, it's all those details all together is what it makes really this shot really, really beautiful. And I think people really like it, and I really love it. He was really happy to see the response from everybody, guys. Really, and really happy for me as a mentor as well, right? So I hope, guys, this analysis help you to understand what was the process behind this and what we improved from one step to another until the final pose, guys. Until the final shot. And I hope you enjoy. If you have any question, let me know in the comment. Okay? See you next time. Ciao, guys.